making our schools better, and how to help all parts of America have access to the astonishing improvements in education made possible by the information revolution and the economic opportunities that they bring. I'm going to talk about the great potential of American community colleges to help people learn new skills that will help them find secure jobs in the global economy. I want them to know that as we begin to address the security and environmental threats caused by our dependence on foreign oil, I'm dedicated to making sure our efforts to start a green technology revolution, which could be as transformative as the information revolution, produces prosperity throughout this country. There must be no forgotten places in America where they've been ignored for long years by the sins of indifference and injustice, or have been left behind as the world grew smaller and more economically interdependent. In America, we have always believed that if the day was a disappointment, we would win tomorrow. That's what John Lewis believed when he marched across this bridge. That's what he still believes, what he still fights to achieve, a better country than the one he inherited. My friends, Americans change things. We always have. We don't hide from problems or mistakes or history. We change things and we make history. Hope in America is not based in delusion, but in the faith that everything is possible in America. The time for pandering and false promises is over. It's time for action. It's time for change, the right kind of change. Change that trusts in the strength of free people and free markets. Change that doesn't return to policies that empower government to make our choices for us, but that works to ensure we have choices to make for ourselves. We have always trusted Americans to build from the choices they make for themselves a safer, stronger, and more prosperous country than the one they inherited. I have always believed in this country, in a good America, a great America, but I've always believed we can build a better America. I am here because it is a place where great Americans once fought to do just that. And I'm going to places where they're still fighting for change, to make us a better country. I'm going to meet and learn from patriots. Thank you. God bless, and thank you for being here today. Now I'm prepared to answer questions from the media.
People in areas like this, what are some of the issues that you're hearing specifically from folks in Selma, Alabama, that they would like you or government as a whole to address?
The mayor of Selma brought up several issues with me, as well as the mayor of Thomasville, as well as Senator Sanders. One of the major challenges that small business people face, and it's getting worse, is access to credit, access to the ability to finance their small businesses. We all know that most of the jobs in America are created by small businesses. Most of the taxes in America are paid by small businesses. Most of the hard work and new jobs are created by small businesses. And there is not only not an increased availability to credit and financing from banks and small business administration, but according to many, many people I've talked to, there is a bureaucracy which is almost impossible to find your way through, and it's called the Small Business Administration. That's got to be fixed. Second area that we need to concentrate on, obviously, is our community colleges. As you know, we have a very unique relationship between the city of Thomasville and the educational system there and the local community college. This is a partnership. We need to have every community college in America provide with the wherewithal to educate and train workers, particularly displaced workers who have lost their job through no fault of their own because their job fled overseas. I'm not a protectionist. I don't believe in building walls. But we have an obligation to educate and train displaced members of the workforce so they have another opportunity to have a chance at the American dream. Those are two of the major issues that we face, challenges that we face. Yes?
How about sealing our borders? Sealing our borders.
Saving the border. Seal it.
We need to secure our borders. American people want the borders secured first. I know how to secure those borders. I come from a border state where a huge percentage of those who cross illegally into this country. But we need to secure our borders. We can do it through a variety of ways. Then we need to have a temporary worker program that works, that has, excuse me, that has tamper-proof biometric documents for the hiring of people legally who come to this country to work, and any employer who employs someone without those documents would be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. We have to, and we have to address, of course, the issue of the 12 million people who are already here illegally, based on one principle, that no one who has come legally or waited legally should have any priority over those who have come here illegally. And finally, though, we must address this issue in a humane and compassionate fashion. These are God's children, and that's the nature of the United States of America. Thank you for the question. Yes, Dana.
Senator McCain, you're here talking about civil rights, obviously, in a predominantly black town. But it's hard not to notice that many of the people here in the crowd are white. Does that indicate to you, and is that an illustration of the challenge that you have in actually getting the message that you're trying to get across here, actually across in places like this?
Actually, I was at a dinner last night that was an organization that was formed a long time ago of people of both races who spend time together socially and work on common challenges. I have had long and varied experience with people from all communities and all ethnic backgrounds in America. I will continue to work. I am aware of the challenges, and I am aware of the fact that there will be many people who will not vote for me. But I'm going to be the president of all the people, and I will work for all the people, and I will listen to all people, whether they decide to vote for me or not, because this is the kind of opportunity where people have not only to hear from me, but for me to listen to them. And that's the important part, is so that I know what their hopes and dreams and aspirations and challenges are, and I'll meet them, and I'm going to places, frankly, in this country where there's the greatest need. And whether at the end of the day they choose to vote for me or not is not my major purpose. My major purpose is that if I understand the challenges, and they are enormous that they face today, I will be a far better president of the United States.
Senator,
Yes, right.
follow up on what Dana was asking.
Yep.
Are you concerned, though, that your message is not reaching or in some way not appealing to non-white voters who are a growing proportion of the population in this country?
Of course not. I have very excellent relations with the Hispanic community. I have very excellent relations with the African American community, with the Vietnamese American community across this nation. I proved that in previous elections in my state, and I'm confident that I will prove that here and across America. This is a long campaign. I am aware that the African American vote has been very small in favor of the Republican